So first of all, I have to say congratulations for this fun and interesting, very interesting story. As I watched this film, I realized that these kids must be bored to death. That's why they did what they did, I assume. Did you guys get a chance to talk to the real
Unfortunately,
Hollywood
no.
Hills Bandits?
That would have been cool, but
Interesting.
yeah, no, we didn't get a chance to talk to anybody. But yeah, I mean, what you said, bored to death. That's kind of the feeling, and maybe there's a feeling of that these kids, their lives aren't good enough compared to the lives of celebrities. Yeah.
Do you think that alcohol and drugs play a crucial role in these kids' lives?
Yeah.
Prompted them?
I think
Yeah.
in some form, yeah. But you can't really take apart and blame the small details. Everything happens, simultaneously. So maybe if they didn't do this line of coke, they wouldn't have stolen that purse, but they were still in the house. I don't know. I think drugs and alcohol definitely had their effect to it, but it's definitely not the cause or the blame of
I'm sure it
the
didn't help
entire
their,
robberies.
Didn't
their
help
conscience.
Yeah.
For Chloe,
I'm definitely not saying it's a good thing, but
Yeah, for Chloe, I definitely felt it was a huge factor, all the drugs and the alcohol. I felt that that was her way of escaping reality, and at one point she asks Rebecca if she should slow down a little bit, if enough is enough. And I think this is a little bit of paranoia that she feels, and she feels like that is a bit too much, but yet all the coke, all the partying, all the drinking, that's still fun and that's still exciting, and she loves that because that's her escape, and maybe that's her outlet to think that this is okay. Maybe just because she's messed up, it's okay to go steal stuff because she doesn't really think about it, doesn't really focus on it. So when she's kind of sobering up, she's like, wait a minute, like, we should probably stop.
Right. And it makes me think about, parents are so important in these kids' lives, and they're all so busy with their own thing. So therefore, the kids have all the freedom in the world to do whatever they want to do. So do you think that we, in some way, that, the parents' fault for not really there for them?
I think that's definitely. That plays a big part of it.
Yeah.
Not having someone there when you grow up to guide you, especially in the early years when every little thing makes it's such a big change in your life. Like having someone there telling you this is right, this is wrong, and knowing that line and not to cross it, and not having someone there and giving you the freedom, like, oh, I don't have time, go, here's some money, go do something.
Yeah.
It gives you this freedom, but it's not the right kind of freedom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think like the lack of parental involvement, it's not completely to blame. Like it's one thing, but the problem is that these kids had like a tornado of problems. You know what I mean? Not just the parents, but they didn't like school. They weren't being, enticed into learning.
this was the worst case scenario.
It really was.
Worst of the worst, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, one of them could have died.
Well, yes, it could have gotten
It's
worse.
nearing the worst case
however.
scenario.
Just a quick last question. If you have to pick one, I know you guys shot at Paris Hilton's house. One thing that you would like to take, just one item from her
Paris to
house.
house?
Yeah.
Paris?
I'm gonna take the nightclub room.
Just the whole room.
Just the whole
If
room.
I lift it up at once, it's one item.
Okay. How
I'd
about
take
you?
her Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Can I
Okay.
go with you?
You could have the Bentley.
I'll grab the cash.
The cash.
What's wrong with cash? Can't track it.
She had a really cool, like, in her living room, all the walls were, like, paneled blue, and they were really cool and vintagey. I would take her walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that room.
We'll
Then
put
that
this on
downstairs
YouTube so
room.
she can see what you guys just did. Thank you guys. Good job.
Well, you can have my sneakers.